Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 9th of February and this time I have some rather good news as well. One of the people responsible for swatting has been arrested. Of course, there are about 5 million different reasons never to swat someone, and you can now add legal consequences into that mix. Now, as you guys probably know, but just in case some of you are unclear or what have you, basically swatting is calling in crime reports on Twitch streamers and resulting the results live, and it has been alarmingly common despite the fact that, well, it has potentially severe consequences for the target. Obviously, SWAT turn up at this house or wherever thinking that there's a genuine threat. You know, it's been a case of hostage situations being reported or murder in progress, you know, stuff like that. They're going to turn up with guns and someone could accidentally get hurt when they're not doing anything wrong. Now, the thing is, we now have a little bit of good news regarding this, as according to a Chicago Sun-Times report, the guy by the name of Famed God has now been arrested in Nevada and is facing extradition to Illinois. Now, Famed God is basically accused of swatting by calling in a false murder report to the Naperville police in July last year, and supposedly he also made threats against the victim of the SWAT attempt. And for those of you wondering what those threats were, he basically threatened the victim's banking and social security accounts, and even added that he would put the victim's father in debt for life. And basically, the authorities managed to get a search warrant for his residence, and they discovered evidence of the swatting attack as well as his involvement in similar incidents in the US. As well as this, he's also being accused of 2 counts of computer tampering, 1 count of intimidation, computer fraud, identity theft and disorderly conduct, which is not exactly healing. And, well, when you add all that horrible stuff together, he's looking at least 5 years, up to 5 years, basically, in state prison. And there are 3 other states after him who may basically add charges onto the mix. So he's facing up to 5 years in prison, but he is technically wanted by several states. So, well, he could be looking at even more than that if they decide to add to it. Obviously, we don't know actually how long he's going to get. Did me speak a little bit earlier. Apologies for that. I'm a little bit tired, been travelling all day. But regardless, he's looking at up to 5 years. So, yeah, not exactly good. And even if this doesn't happen to you, as you all guys know, there's never a reason to swat. As I said earlier, there's a serious risk of being severely injured or traumatised. Obviously, they could even possibly be killed accidentally. There's all sorts of horrible things that could happen, and most of us can agree that, well, swatting is genuinely a stupid practice and should be done by anybody ever. So there you have it. As I said earlier, this is becoming stupidly common, unfortunately, but hopefully if this guy actually gets sentenced for a meaningful amount of time, people will be less eager to do this stupidness. You can't even really call it a prank, because pranks genuinely don't put people's life in danger and don't, you know, put innocent women, children and general people through trauma just for the lols, quote unquote, sarcasm heavily dripping from voice. So, yes, let's hope we see more people responsible for this nonsense put behind bars. Of course, I will update you as soon as I know what happens to Famed God. Hopefully it at least gets to 5 years. That's my opinion. If you disagree, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.